Yo, what is up, everybody? Finally, a new Dev Talk. Oh my gosh, I'm loving every single one of these Dev Talks. They have been so great. This one, as you guys can see by the title, and it's about corrupted dungeons. So this is the thing I have been waiting for the most out of the new updates. Yeah, the weapons are going to be cool. Yeah, the mount abilities are going to be cool. Yeah, all the quick equip stuff is going to be great. But corrupted dungeons is going to literally change the game for me. As you guys know, I love playing solo. Solo is my thing. But right now, the state of solo gameplay is not where it could be. There's solo dungeons, but you go in there, there's 3+ people doing them all the time. There's 5+ people diving them all the time. So solo dungeons aren't really solo. They should just be called like lesser dungeons or something, kind of how Hellgates are. But anyway, yeah, right now the best content for a solo player is going into a Hellgate 1v2. So again, you're at a disadvantage already, but it's better than going into a solo dungeon 1v3 or going ganking in the open world 1v20. Like I've definitely been killed by 20 people chased down when I was solo. But anyway, guys, let's get into this corrupted dungeon. I cannot wait to watch this video. I'm so excited for this stuff, man. So excited for this.
Hello and welcome everyone to another Albion Online Dev Talk. Today we finally get to talk about the all-new corrupted dungeons that are coming with the Rise of Avalon update. These corrupted dungeons are going to answer the call that many of you made, asking for more solo PvE and PvP content to be added to Albion Online. But what are they exactly and how do they work? To explain that, I'll best get started at the beginning. To find a corrupted dungeon, you'll need to explore the open world and find a corrupted dungeon entrance.
Interesting. Okay,
These
just
spawn
like
in
solos.
a similar way to regular solo randomized dungeons, but they look quite sinister even from the outside.
I wonder how common or rare they're
When
going to be.
entering a corrupted dungeon, you'll have to make a choice.
Wait. Okay, let's read this. Okay, so that's cool. So you can make a choice of difficulty right in it. Enemies, it'll tell you what tier they are. PvP results in knockdown. That's in the lowest difficulty. Required item power. So they did say something about minimum item powers, which is really cool. Obviously, yellow zone. It tells you what your item power is, but it doesn't say anything about a item power cap in these ones anyway. Choose a rid. Okay, so cool. All right. I wonder how rare they're going to be. Like I said, like if hopefully they're just as common as regular solo dungeons, because I want to be doing these all day. Like all day I want to be doing these.
Difficulty level you want to play. There are 3 levels of difficulty. Hunter difficulty allows you to play the corrupted.
Okay. So let's look at this real quick.
Difficulty allows you to play the corrupted dungeons with tuned down rewards, but without full loot PvP and relatively low item power soft cap. This is a good difficulty for anyone learning the basics of 1 versus 1 PvP in Albion.
Yeah, that's very cool. I really like that they're letting newer players, experience this as well, so they don't have to get like people in this crazy high IP just killing them all the time. But yeah, here, so I remember seeing something about this where the infamy required. So you get infamy by killing mobs, by doing the lower tier dungeons. It gives you infamy, which is like a new thing similar to fame, but it's only in corrupted dungeons. So you get this infamy, and then you can go to the highest level, which is Slayer, it looks like, with a required item power of 1350. That is a lot of required item power, to be perfectly honest. Like that's like max spec in like 6-1 if you're max spec. So if you're not maxed, then that's gonna be like 7-1, 8-1. If you're really low, that's gonna be 8-2 required if you're low spec. Which if you're low spec, you probably shouldn't be doing the Slayer difficulty. But anyway, that's really cool. I really like the required item power. You don't get any more rats in there. There's no 4-1 guys running in trying to just get lucky, and hopefully there's a empty one or something for them. But yeah, that's really cool that there's a required item power,
but without full loot PvP and relatively low item power soft cap. This is a good difficulty for anyone learning the basics of 1 versus 1 PvP in Albion. Stalker difficulty follows the full loot PvP rules with significantly higher rewards, but still a low item power soft cap. This is a good level for veteran PvP players. Slayer difficulty, finally, has even further increased rewards, a bigger PvE challenge, and a much higher item power soft cap. This is aimed at the elite level advanced players. When you've chosen the difficulty level that you want and you've entered the dungeon, you'll find yourself...
That's pretty cool. So it looks like these look like the heretic guys, like the normal heretic mobs, but they've been corrupted, right? That's why it's called a corrupted dungeon. So that's really cool. There's going to be new mobs.
In a place infested with demons and corrupted creatures. To complete this dungeon, you'll have to begin cleansing the place of these creatures, and each creature slain will award you infamy.
Wait, is this the new Avalonian... This is the new Avalonian ice staff, right?
You'll find your...
Wait, hold on. My friend Hump wanted to see what this was. Okay, so the E looks like you make like an icicle underneath, and it freezes, and it probably slows everyone around the icicle. It freezes everyone in it, and it looks like it slows and damage. Yeah, this is a slowing ring right here. This is like what it looks like when something's slowed. So this is what the Avalonian ice staff does. So it makes an icicle. It looks like it freezes this guy. We can't tell. But, I mean, it definitely looks like it freezes them. And it slows everyone around in a ring. That's really cool. All right, so we know what the Avalonian ice staff looks like now.
You'll have to begin cleansing the place of these creatures. And each creature slain will award you infamy points.
Right.
Different enemies will yield different amounts of infamy depending on their strength and difficulty.
Wait. Is this a real... Like, you guys see how it's, like, counting down? Is that something you can get in the game? Is this, like... I've never seen anyone using this. Maybe this is, like, in the new update. You can have this. Because... that'd be really cool. Usually you have to, like, guess how long your cooldown's gonna be. But if there's, like... You guys see what I'm talking about? Like, the little countdowns down here.
When you've collected enough infamy points, the final boss in the dungeon appears, and by defeating it, you can lay claim to the rewards in his chest and the rewards of the dungeon. In addition, the infamy gained will remain with you, showing your place in the infamy rankings, as well as permanently boosting your rewards earned in corrupted dungeons. Finally, at the end of a dungeon run, a portal to another corrupted dungeon appears and allows you to start another dungeon right away.
Wow,
or
okay.
You can choose to leave the dungeon.
Okay, no, that's really cool because, so if you win your dungeon, winner stays. Winner can stay. If you lose, obviously you get kicked out because you're dead. You have to spawn back in your city and re-gear. But winner gets to stay. That's awesome. Winner gets to stay. You can just keep running them, keep running them, keep running them. So you don't have to... If you want to double dip or triple dip or whatever you're doing, you can just do it. Instead of having to go look around for a new dungeon, it really keeps the flow of the game going. So that's a really good idea that you can just keep doing them. Honestly, they should have Hellgates like that. Hellgates should kind of be like that. But, I mean, yes and no, right? Because Hellgates also have like a system for getting into the Hellgate. You have to fight over it. But anyway, yeah, this is a really cool idea.
And take your loot back to the city. So how does the PvP come in? Well, in every corrupted dungeon there is a demonic shrine. A player approaching this shrine can use it to sign themselves up to invade other players.
Interesting. Okay.
Once signed up, the game will regularly check their invasion chance and look for a potential invasion target.
Interesting.
If such a target is found, the invading player will be pulled from their dungeon into another player's dungeon.
Okay.
The defending player now has two options. They can rally and fight the invader, or they can try to destroy the demonic shards, which also appeared in their dungeon along with the invader. If they succeed in destroying enough of these shards, the invader is banished, and the defender can continue playing their regular dungeon on their own.
Wow. Okay, so no, that's really cool. I was wondering how they were going to do this. So you get into your corrupted dungeon, you click on the shrine. Yes, I want to be an invader. You just start doing the dungeon normally. Either someone invades you or you go invade someone else. And you don't... So yeah, right here you guys can see in the corner, you don't have to kill the invader. You can also just try to avoid them and try to just kill these demonic shards. But then obviously as the invader, if they killed 2 out of the 3 demonic shards, you know they're going for the other one. So you can either defend that shard or you can just try to track them down. So I think they really, they did a good job on this. I think this is a really good implementation of the invasion system.
If either...
Oh, actually, okay, look down here. So it says 0 out of 3 demonic shards destroyed. It looks like there's at least 5. So you actually can't really camp the last one. So there's not just 3, there's 5. So as an invader, you actually have to kind of play smart. So.
Player kills the other, the victim loses some of their infamy, and the killer gains some of it. In this way, it allows players to gain a very high infamy number and rise in the ranks of for their own prominence, and for significant boosts to future dungeon rewards. To add tactics and depth to these encounters, there are a number of features in the dungeon that players can use to try to outsmart their opponents. For example, in the corrupted dungeons, enemy NPC positions are marked on the minimap, allowing you to guess your opponent's position based on the creatures they've already slain.
Cool. And you can probably see...
There are also Watcher demons, which...
So in that way also you can be watching the minimap, and as soon as one disappears, you know it just died, and then you can go find your enemy.
Control the path of this dungeon and who will mark any player they encounter on the minimap for their opponent to see. Finally, there are a large number of different traps and hazards in the dungeon, which you will need to learn to avoid or actively use to outsmart and defeat your opponent.
Okay, cool.
As you can see, there is a lot to this feature, and I hope you're now looking forward to exploring and fighting in the corrupted dungeon when the Rise of Avalon update launches. You can also look forward to our next Dev Talk, in which we'll go in depth with the roads of Avalon and their impact on the game world of Albion Online.
All right, man, what a good Dev Talk as always. A few takeaways I have is the infamy leaderboard. That's really cool. So like they said, you can gain infamy just by doing PvE. You gain the infamy, and once you're at a certain level of infamy, you're allowed to do the highest level and get the highest tier rewards. Also, infamy affects the rewards you get from the chest. So the better chance you have of getting something good is the higher infamy you have, the better chance you have. Another thing that he mentioned is killing a player, either as the invader or the defender, takes away infamy from them and gains infamy for you. So that is an MMR ranking. That's what that is. That's if someone else is losing rank and you're gaining that rank that they just lost, that's MMR. So this is the first MMR system that is going to be in Albion Online, which is amazing. Of course, guys, as soon as this update comes out, I'm going to try to get to number 1. I'm going to try. Will I be able to succeed? I don't know. If I get top 10, I'll be happy, but I'm definitely shooting for that number 1 spot. So when this comes out, honestly, it's looking more and more like I'm going to have a 24-hour stream, just try to push for that top 10 spot. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. This is going to be game-changing. There's no other better word for it. It's going to be amazing, and I just cannot wait to play this for hours and hours on end. Thank you guys for watching. Stay soft, and I will see you in the next one.